In terms of the implementation of green energy and green energy technology, there have been certain issues that have arisen. For example, in the case of wind farms, there have been concerns with the turbines as they spin and as they generate electricity, interfering with bird migration or with bat populations that eat insects like mosquitoes that help protect our public health by reducing these mosquito populations. And we're also finding that there may be health issues associated with certain technologies because of a lack of experience with either noise or with electromagnetic forces or even in terms of the materials and the manufacturing processes and where the waste from those manufacturing processes ends up. And so one of the things that we're learning about green energy is that it's a technology a lot like previous technologies and the experience that we've had with them in terms of waste, in terms of impacts to human health and the environment. But as green energy moves towards a biomimicked or a sustainably driven design where it's actually functioning and operating the way nature does, we're finding that we don't have a lot of the problems associated with the more recent green technologies, because sustainable technology that functions like nature essentially avoids all those problems because waste is not a concept that occurs in nature. Everything in nature that occurs is some sort of food for other forms of life through a closed cycle of materials and relationships that never creates harm to other living things except in the form of competitive survival. Green energy has a huge impact on the environment by basically working with the flow of natural systems. The sun and the interaction it has with plants, for example, is a green energy relationship. Leaves harvest light from the sun, convert it into sugars, which are energy for the plant, through the process of photosynthesis, which also creates the oxygen that we breathe as human beings and that animals take in order to live. So by going with the natural cycle of things, we don't have to worry about creating waste, and we don't have to worry about managing waste or where waste will go away and who they will affect when they get to away. It just becomes easier in terms of managing the costs and the impacts of life when you're already working with something that has worked for eons and has been sustainable and successful. One of the best resources that you can find in terms of this topic is on the internet by Googling different websites that offer either consumer watchdog advice about these new technologies, since they've not been on the marketplace. Traditional companies like Consumer Reports and non-traditional companies like treehugger.com or the National Geographic's Green Guide that you can find online offer research and information into the application and some of the successes and failures of green energy technology, so that consumers can invest wisely and vote with their dollars in the most optimal manner.